Good morning, my dear students. Now we are going to continue with Unit 5, Lesson 2. Let's start again our boat trip. A boat trip. Grammar. Today our grammar lesson will be very interesting. We are going to understand the past simple tense. But before, I want to remind you with the present simple tense verb to be in the present simple tense. We said that verb to be has three sons: am, is, and are. Now we have some personal pronouns that always come with these verb to be. I am, he, she, it is, you, we, they, are. Do you remember the song that we took it before? I am, he, she, it is, I am, he, she, it is, I am, he, she, it is, we, you, they, are. I hope you remembered it. Now, let's understand the past simple tense of verb to be. We said that in the present simple tense, it's am, is, and are. In the past simple tense, am and is changed to was. Changed to was. Are changes to were. Were. I use the past simple tense to talk about an action that happened before. It already happened in the past and finished. And we use was with I, he, she, it, were with you, we, they. Let's see the examples. I was sad. He was hungry. She was busy. It was a sunny day. What about were? You were at school. We were on a boat trip yesterday. They were happy. Was and were that we talked about was in the affirmative form. The affirmative form. Now let's see how we change them to the negative form. I said that I was sad. I want to say that I wasn't sad. We said in the negative we add not to the verb. We add not to the verb. So I was not sad, and when we make it in the contraction form, in the short form, I say wasn't. Wasn't. I cross the O in not and put apostrophe instead. Wasn't. I wasn't sad. He was hungry. No, he wasn't hungry. She was busy. No, she wasn't busy. It was a sunny day. No, it wasn't a sunny day. What about were? The same thing. We add not to were to change it to the negative form. Were not will be in the contraction form, in the short form, weren't. Weren't. Let's see together. They were happy. No, they weren't happy. We were on a boat trip yesterday. No, we weren't on a boat trip yesterday. You were at school? No, you weren't at school. So now we are introduced to the affirmative form and the negative form of the past simple tense of the verb to be. Now we're going to understand the question form. How to make a question form using verb to be in the past simple tense. We said that am, is, are, was. Am and is changed to was in the past, and are changed to were in the past. We said before that in the question form, we always start our question form with the verb. With the verb. So we are going to start our questions with was or were, according to the personal pronoun that we are going to use. For example, was I correct? Was I correct? Yes, You were. We said before that you or I, when you comes in the question, we change it in the answer to be I. And on the other side, when we have I in the question, we change it to you in the answer. Okay? So always remember, whenever I find you in the question, we change it to I or we in the answer. And if I have I or we in the question, we change it to you in the answer. Was I correct? Yes, you were. You were. Were here because the personal pronoun I have is you. Was he thirsty? No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. No, he was. And then I will add "nt" or not because there is no. Was she angry? Yes, she was. Was it fast? No, it wasn't. What about were? Were they at home? Yes, they were. Were you friends? No, we weren't. Were you sick? No, I wasn't. There is another form I use verb to be in the past simple tense, like there was and there were. I use there was to talk about singular thing or person, and there were to talk about plural nouns, whether things or people or animals. I use this form to talk about them in the past. In the past. To talk about singular nouns in the past, I use there was, and to talk about plural nouns in the past, I use there were. Example, there was a turtle. There were some parrots. The negative form, we said that was will be wasn't, were will be weren't. The same thing, it's very easy to use them. When we want to change it to the negative form, we just add not to the verbs. There wasn't for the negative, to talk negatively about, in a negative form, about a singular noun in the past, and there weren't to talk about plural nouns in the negative form in the past. For example, there wasn't a turtle. Before the example was, there was a turtle. Now I want to say no, there wasn't a turtle. There were some parrots. There were some parrots. Now, there weren't any parrots. There weren't any parrots. And the note here again, that wasn't means was not, weren't means were not. Language use. Language use. Now, I need you, my dear students, to open your books on page 68. Open your books on 68. Number 1, listen and read, then point. What was that? Look, I think that was a stork. I think it was a turtle. Was that a rock? No, it wasn't. It was a hippo. So here they are talking about something that happened before, something in the past. Okay, so they talk about the picture. The boy says, I think that was a stork. I think it was a turtle. Was that a rock? The question form, we start with the verb was. No, it wasn't. It was a hippo. Exercise number 2, look, ask, and answer. Was it a snake? Yes, it was. So here, this is the way I ask about the picture number 1 of the snake. Was it a snake? Yes, it was. Was it an owl? No, it wasn't. Now exercise number 3, complete the conversion. Number one, the first blank is already done. Was that a camel? Yes, it was. Number two, that a crocodile. So when I talk about crocodile, I say what? Which personal pronoun I use? I use it. So which verb will come with it? Was or were? Was, because it's only one and singular, so we use was. Was. Was that a crocodile? No, it wasn't. I will put it in the negative because I have no, so I'm going to add "nt" or not to was, and it will be it wasn't. It was a tree on the river bank. This is all for this lesson. Thank you, my dear pupils, and see you next time.